Have you ever thought to yourself, is it possible to beat Halo 3 Legendary with grenades only? No? Well, we are going to find out anyway. As you may guess, this challenge is going to be a bit painful, and I didn't want to suffer alone through it. So I invited my friends Yeti for Hire and Kalubin. Now I admit, we did have to cheat a little bit by using the bandana skull. This is a game modifier that gives you infinite grenades. But to even out the scales, I put on some other skulls, like Catch, They Come Back, So Angry, Malfunction, Cowbell, and Boom. That coupled with the fact we weren't allowed to shoot our guns and use turrets on vehicles would make for a worthy challenge. So obviously we started the first level, Sierra 117, and you know, things are off to a great start.
Sir, pulling on my ass.
This is gonna be a long night.
Yeah, I guess you can see where this is going.
I want to join the Covenant again. Screw it, I'm done.
Arbiter meets one gamer and he's like, I'm out. It's called a hinge head.
That's racist!
Yeah, they just casually drop that word like multiple times.
Despite the team killing, we were actually making great progress through the level. However, we had all forgotten about the river part.
Maybe not, I don't know.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
Caleb, get down! Caleb, get down! Caleb, get down!
Back up, Caleb, please back up.
There's a delay, there's a delay.
Caleb,
Huh,
no!
Oh my.
I got sniped!
I'll be throwing fireballs.
I thought you were talking about the
Yeti, you're the last
We're
one
dead, we're
standing.
dead, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead.
No!
Boom!
Oh
I'm
my
dead.
god.
Double your left.
Noble, stay alive, stay alive.
Show your fucking elbow, bro.
Ah yes, the Jackal Sniper, a hateful creature bred for a singular purpose, to bring pain to any Halo players playing on Legendary difficulty. But despite the Jackal's attempt at breaking us, we managed to push through and meet up with a beautiful family. Monkey!
It's nice seeing this family, but
However, Yeti is a psychopath, so he decided to burn them. After that, we got to this bit. While my friends were trying to brute force their way through, I simply used my giant brain and skipped the entire thing, bringing us ever closer to the finish line. After that, the mission was pretty straightforward. Kill the brutes, rescue Johnson, and wait for the Pelican to come blow up the Phantoms. However, we didn't have time for that, so we simply blew up the Phantoms ourselves. Now we were on to the next level, but like I said earlier, my friends are psychopaths, so they decided to kill all the Marines,
I'm an Andrew Tate fan, dude.
which went about as well as you would expect.
You know what? Fuck them in too.
Why do I play with these guys? After that off-tilted experience, we finally got on with the mission. For the most part, it went as you would expect. We throw nades, things die, we kill each other, we got to the end, and we finished the mission. Very easy mission. Now we were on to the third mission, and this is when Caleb had one of his moments.
Get the fuck out of my hog. Get the fuck out of my hog. Bro, what the fuck did I do?
You burned two motherfuckers, that's what you did.
They're getting into my fucking hog.
Bro, you can just throw them out. Be like, hey man, can you get out? Communication, Caleb. I know that's not your strong suit, but you know, you can try it at times.
It really isn't.
After that was settled, we got into our Warthogs and continued our mission. And yes, we can use the vehicles, we just aren't allowed to shoot the turrets. But you see, the thing is, the NPCs don't follow that rule, so they could shoot all they wanted. However, because this is Legendary, our Warthog was quickly ripped apart and we were stuck walking once again. So we kept walking until we reached the Brute Choppers, and this is when I went for a Wolf Record Run.
Noble, you got this. I believe in you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh my god, he's going sickle. Oh, come right at the edge.
BAM! Bitch.
And we're back here. Yeah, that didn't really work out, did it? With the three goon heads reunited once again, we pushed our way onto the end where we forced our way through the blockade. Now we were on to the fourth mission, and there was a question that was lingering in our heads. What will we do about the Scarab? Well, you know me. I simply used my Giga Brain and I took the lift up the crane, where I waited for the Scarab to get into the right position, and I went for it. With a mighty leap, I landed onto the beast. I quickly made my way to the core, where I spammed my nade as quickly as I could, and that is when the beast went down.
Welcome! Ah!
With that out of our way, we pushed through the rest of the mission, and this is when Yeti did something that truly upset me.
Can we watch this cutscene? I like this cutscene.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You a sick dick,
Spamming the buttons.
motherfucker.
Just like,
I was
come on.
like,
heard it, I was
I
like,
legit
dude, I
got
heard
sad. No. Now we're on to the level Floodgate. This is a mission the boys and I have sped run multiple times, so Yeti suggested we should have a race, but things didn't go exactly as planned.
Alright, I'm gonna throw this nade, and when it explodes, is when you go. Fuck you. It's like, oh god, there's so many ads.
Shut my fucking name!
I did nothing.
No. Fuck! Dude, fuck! No! Come on! No!
With a lot of dying and cheating later, we finally managed to reach the end, where I was declared the winner. Yay! With our great race out of the way, we were back to it. And let me tell you, this next level is a nightmare. Let me explain. The Ark is mainly a vehicle-based level, and with us being handicapped by the challenge, we had no real means to fight against the onslaught of vehicles coming for us. However, we aren't quitters. So with a lot of patience and some rage...
See this, Nobel? You see this? You see this?
Get it, Caleb. Get it.
Bam.
We managed to push through it all, until we reached this point. Unlike last time, there was no tall structures we could use to jump on top of it, but that was out of the picture. We tried taking out its legs by throwing stickies at it, but as it turns out, you can't stick a scarab's legs, it just bounces off it. Then we tried using the portable gravity lift, but every time we got close, the scarab simply moved away. We tried everything we could think of, but nothing was working. We were on the end of a rope, and that is when an unlikely hero arrived.
There's another goshawk. There's another goshawk.
It was a goshawk squad that had come out of nowhere. Legit, I have no clue where they came from. Kalubin then quickly took control of one of them, and their marines fired upon the beast's legs, eventually bringing it to its knees. But still, the scarab resisted. You see, a head went down on top of a hill, making it impossible for me to jump into it on my own. But luckily, Yeti was there, so I jumped on top of him and got myself into the scarab. Once again, I made my way to the power core, where I spammed my nades and the core was primed, ready to explode. As I was running for my life, Kalubin drove by, and I jumped into the passenger seat of his warthog, as the scarab blew up behind us. With this scarab out of the way, the rest of the mission was pretty easy. You know how this goes. We throw a bunch of nades, the enemy dies, the end. Now we're on to the 8th mission, the Covenant. And for the most part, this mission was pretty straightforward. Throw a bunch of nades, walk to the first tower, do a sweaty giga brain jump, kill the chieftain, take a small lunch break. Seriously, we were pretty hungry at this point. After acquiring some much needed sustenance, we made our way down to the beach again. And that is when we had to get into the Hornets. You might think this segment would be difficult, considering we couldn't shoot. But we simply just flew as fast as we possibly could and we were fine. We then made our way up to the third tower, lowered the shield, allowing us to go for the Citadel. Now we had to face 2 scarabs, but luckily we could use the Hornets. So I got into the passenger seat of Yeti's Hornet and he flew me over to the first one and I jumped down to it. I then made my way to the power core and I blew it up, as I have done so many times before. Seriously, Bungie really did like to recycle this boss. Like, people love to complain about the Warden in Halo 5, but they're not complaining about the Scarab in Halo 3, like double standards much. Anyway, we're getting off topic. With the first Scarab down, I respawned on Caleb. Just like before, I got into the passenger seat of the Hornet and he flew me over to the second Scarab, so I could assist Yeti in taking it down. With both scarabs down, we went for the Citadel. This is pretty much straightforward. We simply just threw a bunch of nades, everything in our path died, then we stopped proof. Afterwards, we ran the other way, mission done. Now, I want to say the next mission was difficult, but it really wasn't. We simply just ran through most of it, got Cortana, then dipped. I don't have much more to say about it than that. And now, we're on to Halo, the final mission. The beginning of this mission is pretty basic. I do a sweaty grenade jump to skimp a bunch of stuff, we kill a bunch of Flood waiting for 344 Guilty Spark to open the door. Now, I have to apologize, but it is actually impossible to kill 343 Guilty Spark without using the Spartan laser, so I had to shoot him. I hope you can forgive him for this.
Wait, I killed him with a firebomb.
Yeah, I killed him with the grenade. I saw that.
Anyway, after killing 343 Guilty Spark, Johnson was somehow alive again. We tried getting him to follow us to the Warthogs, but he simply refused. Oh well, his loss. Eventually, we made it to the Warthogs, and the run began. But before we took off, Kalubin and I decided we wanted to drive the Brute Choppers, which went well.
Fuck, I just died.
No, 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 no.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was kinda embarrassing. Yeti, however, made it quite far, but he overestimated his Warthog and he fell short on a jump. Alright, round 2. Once again, Caleb and I went for the Shoppers. But you see, the Shoppers are quite slow, and Yeti didn't have time to wait for us, so Kalubin and I met an unfortunate end.
He's too fast. Fuck!
Yeti managed to get us to the next checkpoint, where Kalubin and I got into another Warthog, and we began to chase after him. But as we all know, Kalubin has no self-control, so he ended up sticking Yeti.
He's ready to game.
I didn't mean to.
Fucking god, dude.
Karma would come back to bite us in the ass on that one. That's a yikes. At this point, Yeti was done waiting for us, so he just took off, leaving Kalubin and I for dead once again. But these things usually come full circle. Alright, round 3.
Oh,
Look at the fucking chopper. Wait, no!
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeti pushed on, getting us to the next checkpoint, where Kalubin decided he wanted to drive, which went well.
He's like fireballs on me and Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. What trouble is he got?
Around 10 seconds later, Yeti drove the map as well. Alright, round 4.
Hold the boost, hold the boost, hold the boost, hold the boost.
No!
Yep, it happened again. You know the drill. Yeti gets us to the next checkpoint, we get into the Warthog, and hell breaks loose.
I keep getting flipped
Oh
over.
my
Oh my god, you killed me!
Caleb set us a fucking blade!
After that unfortunate death, I managed to get us to the next checkpoint, where Yeti got into another Warthog, but things weren't over yet. As we were on the home stretch, Kalubin decided he wanted to become a Ghost Rider.
There's like even oil leak and it's catching on fire.
You fucking
What
idiot!
But they were all hitting the ground until that one.
I hate you so much.
God help me. Luckily, without any distractions, Yeti managed to push through and finish the level. Our mission was over. We had finished our challenge. Hello there, and thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, and perhaps consider subscribing. You can also follow my friends' channels. They're linked in the description. If you want to watch more of my videos, click the card on the screen right now. As always, this has been your friend Nobelnaga, signing off.